just kids when they starred in the hit 90s drama Party of Five, and now Lacey Chabert and Scott Wolf have reunited more than 2 decades later to ring in the holiday season with a new Hallmark movie. Earlier, we spoke to both of them about it. Check it out. Lacey and Scott, welcome to DBL.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good to see y'all.
Absolutely.
Scott, good to see you again, my friend. Lacey, been a fan for years, and speaking of years, it's been almost 30 since you started playing siblings on Party of Five. So what inspired you to this reunion, and does it feel so good?
Oh my gosh. I mean, since we wrapped Party of Five 23 years ago, I've hoped that we'd have the chance to do this. And, you know, when Scott had done another Hallmark movie, and a lot of people started saying, like, hey, why don't you guys do one together? Yeah. And Hallmark was so kind to find this beautiful story and let us be involved in the development in it. And I couldn't believe it. The first day that we were on set, it was very surreal to be standing there playing your sister again. And Scott is my favorite person, and there's no one better in the world. And it was just a joy.
She's my favorite person, and yes, it felt like from the minute anyone was like, hey, these two should do one of these together, we jumped at the chance. Thankfully, Hallmark was incredibly supportive and helped us develop this beautiful story about these siblings.
While I was working with Lacey on Party of Five, one of your favorite experiences, like what caused those feelings?
Well, I mean, you know, the second we were told that we were the Salinger family, we were at the offices at Fox, there was just this immediate knowing that something really special was starting. And Lacey was 11 at the time, and I always felt like this sort of protective big brother to her. She didn't sort of exude the need for that. She was a force of nature and an incredible, prodigious talent from the time she was a small kid, and carried a lot of the rest of us, so-called adults, through scenes. So I've just loved, she's the most generous, talented, kind person that I'll ever know. And so I knew that we'd be in each other's lives forever.
That's amazing.
I did not know that we'd ever get the chance to work together again, but we both sort of dreamed that it might happen. And so the fact that Hallmark was such a willing partner and created this beautiful story for us to tell as siblings after all these years, and standing on set, you know, it was everything that we could have hoped for and more. And the fact that the audience is so excited to see the two of us together just fills our hearts up.
That's amazing. I also have to say, ensemble casts, you can really tell when they're real, or you can smell the phoniness in between you guys and the Salingers. I'm so glad to know it was real. Lacey, in A Merry Scottish Christmas, you guys play siblings who actually don't get along. So I wanted to ask the opposite. Were there any pet peeves you knew about each other to add fire to that on-screen, I can't stand this kid?
No, that's a great question. I actually found it challenging the first few days of filming. We started with those scenes where they're back in each other's lives, but you can tell that their relationship is fractured and that they've kind of lost their way with one another. And I was so excited to be standing there with you that I was just like, I had to remind myself that no, there's some like distance between us, and they're not really connecting in the way that you and I are actually connecting on a personal level.
Right.
So I actually found those scenes a bit more challenging. But we love that idea that, you know, the audience would find these people in a place where they had work to do on their relationship. And then because of these unforeseen circumstances they find themselves finding out about in Scotland, about their family, the path that they end up navigating together is what leads them to remembering just how much they really do mean to one another and how much they need each other.
You guys are great actors because you have way too much love to be like hating on screen. Me and Tori, however, could have totally nailed it.
Oscar-winning performance!
You guys wouldn't even have to teach us what to do. We just go.
Go
all right, Lacey, quickly before we go, how are you feeling about all the new Mean Girls mania revolving around the new movie, the commercials? Jonathan Bennett, his family over here as well. So how are you feeling about all that?
It was so much fun to have that moment and to spend the day with Lindsay and Amanda. And we're all moms now. We were talking about our kids and reminiscing about the movie. And it's so nice to be a part of something that's as loved as that movie is. And it was really, really fun to have that experience.
That's fantastic. All right, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope we learn to love each other like you do. DBL Nation, you can watch A Merry Scottish Christmas now on the Hallmark Channel. It looks fantastic. And again, that audience who knows you cannot wait to see you again. I'm one of those people.
Me too.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
We
Thank you
cannot
guys so
wait.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
Congrats,
Thanks again.
guys.
Congrats. Mazel tov.
Happy holidays.
You too.
Happy holidays.